Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. The former Gamecock here. This is Mike Davis. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. It's brought in complete. It's John Brown. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit!
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And it took the ball off course. Coverage there by the safety, Harrison Smith.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Miller to throw again. Incomplete, right side to Cook. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their efficiency.
And pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him, and he continues to wreak havoc in offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. That goes for a gain of 31.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield. Those guys made that play possible.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Detroit! Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. In for the score. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Walsh adds the extra point. It's the score 7-0.
To the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win out and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Detroit! Detroit!
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
DeAndre Washington, his first carry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Rosen. Out left side here to Bryant. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Watch him now, Barney! Barney!
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Fielded at the 20. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out comes Minnesota. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. I mean, look, they're on the road. So getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky.
They're going to look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
For a rookie first-rounder, he's made a huge impact on this defense, but that tells me that they had a plan for him when they drafted him. Just turn him loose, do what you do best, go get the quarterback.
Fielded at about the 28. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a 1st down and change our momentum?
An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the hometown guys with a football here to begin this 2nd quarter of play. And they've got it here with a 1st down. From the gun, it's Rosen. Bryant with a catch right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards that time for number 12 as they move the chains.
Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Check the mic, check the mic. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And this is Cook on the ground. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Ohio, Ohio. Flex round.
From the gun on 3rd down. Miller. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Everson Griffin. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up 4th down. And it is good. Oh, that one looked to be in trouble the whole way, but it does get over the bar. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to air one out. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. It's a big one there for the Vikings. And even 40 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And Cook has it left side. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. On 1st down, it's Rosen. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in the good defensive position, able to affect the play.
2nd and 10 now. It's Rosen. Dancing to his left. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
On 3rd down, Rosen. He'll get the 1st down and more inside the 20. And finally taken down at the 20-yard line. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a 1st down. This will be their first trip to the red zone. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. Flushed out right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rosen. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. 1:59 to go in the first half. Back with more after this. Second and 10 now from the 27.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now he'll look to throw here on second and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Detroit! 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 Gone! 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 Gone!
Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play there for Minnesota. 55 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Detroit! Detroit!
He'll look to throw. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. Now, do you put it in your quarterback's hands again? That's the question here on 3rd and goal. Now back to throw. His pass caught at the 4. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. So it's an old-school extra point that counts 3 times. It's certainly a disappointment they weren't able to get it in the end zone.
Yeah, I can just imagine post-game, head coach looking at the box score, 19-yard field goal, grimacing a little bit, but having to realize that at that moment, getting 3 points was vital. Go ahead and get the points, put them on the board.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Linval Joseph. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Now it's Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. 3rd and long here for Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That is caught at the 7-yard line. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. And he puts it through. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. The left side caught by Diggs. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that?
Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. As his guys are in for 6. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeves. Over the middle here to Brown. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. They'll look to throw on first down with Josh Rosen. He's going deep for Brown. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They'll set up to throw. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
Usually hitting a deep post pattern, as we just saw there, for a big gainer, that's tough to do because you usually have a safety or two in the middle of the field. But if you hit enough crossers and underneath routes and curls, you start to get those guys creeping up, wanting to make plays on the football. It's the equivalent of a changeup in baseball. You show your other stuff, throw the changeup.
This is caught inside the 15. It's a big one there for the Vikings. 41 yards.
Today's receivers in the NFL, they're the complete package nowadays. We know they can run, we know they can catch, but they have those big frames now. So oftentimes they just out-physical guys downfield and go up and catch the football. And we saw a big gain as a result on that play.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. In for the score. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Wide open receiver complete. A very solid gain of 27.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Miller going to throw again. His throw incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
This has been a really nice day for the defense. They've made it so difficult to find open receivers because they're able to squeeze the passing lanes down. A lot of what they're doing is communicating. Receivers in one area, receivers in another area. They're almost what they call passing them off from one defender to the next, even in zone defenses, and making it very hard to find an open spot for the quarterback to deliver the ball.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down. They're going on 4th down. Rosen. He completes it to Bryant. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A big pickup there, 20 yards as they convert on 4th. Both sides were holding their breath there on that 4th down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the 1st down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front, but somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Ohio! Hey, boys, got 4 down.
From the gun, Miller steps away to his left. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave them with a 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back. Miller now, operating from the gun, forced out to his left, and he will score. Touchdown, Chicago. Braxton Miller, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, and his guys are able to cut into that deficit. And this one through the uprights and good. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken near the 13. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
On play action, they'll throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Eddie Vanderdoes busting through to get him for a loss of 6.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play action fade.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jackson. And an alley to run. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just looked at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
After the interception, here's Rosen. Roberts with it over the middle. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Eric Kendricks leading the surge there. He drops him for a loss of 6.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Back to throw. Miller trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29, and they will take over at the 29-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Vikings in possession of the football and the lead. They'll be looking to add to that total as we begin quarter number 4. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Back to throw now on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. They'll roll him out right. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 44 yards. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Walsh adds the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Here's Miller. Back to the air on 2nd down. He's going to launch this thing. They've got his man complete. And that one results in 35 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to...
He'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down. Linval Joseph in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Miller from the gun, he'll throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Ohio! 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 Ohio!
Now Miller throwing on 3rd and long. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Stiff-armed him. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guy.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Stephon Diggs, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the interception by the Vikings D leads to a touchdown. Extra point up and good by Walsh. And the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emerson Griffin in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Ohio! Ohio!
Operating from the gun, Miller. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden the secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
And now it's Rosen looking, being chased out left. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still 4th down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Hey, boys, got 4 down. Ohio! Ohio!
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. Finds Roberts left side. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The decision to go for it doesn't pan out. And the Vikings, they have the football now in excellent field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff to Richard. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a 1st down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's a give to Richard. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
There's no doubt in my mind.
Did you hear that? Do you hear the...
It's not scales, right? I don't hear scales. Do I actually hear a tune being warbled?
I think the fat lady's humming.
Yeah, she's doing more than humming. She's belting it out right now.
She's full bore.
Yeah, this thing is flat out finished.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Detroit!
Now a play fake here on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 for him now on the year. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Miller now operating from the gun, buying time to his left. He turned that into a nice gain, gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Here we go!
On third down, Miller able to fight through one tackle. Out left side here to Bryant. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up fourth down. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
Flex round! Flex round!
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. That is now seven interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Dancing to his left. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. That one looks like he'll throw here. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, and you put yourself in jeopardy.
And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. But, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Vikings, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for the home team here, the losses are piling up as they drop to 1-5 now. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Pulling up in that new toy, the wrist on that boy rock star like